everybody finds their seat now. Nothing's wrong if you don't look twice. But I've been watching how the quiet ones go still, how the laughter keeps a blade behind it. There's a weather in this hallway you can't feel till it picks a name and gets inside it. Row by row the normal settles in, backpacks, lockers, somebody's pen tapping. And nobody asked where the soft kid went. Nobody asked, so it keeps happening. And the floor we stand on looks like solid ground till the day it gives and the name goes down. We're all standing on a surface, thin as breathing, thin as skin. One wrong morning, you're the surface, and they're steady on you then. 'Cause the floor we stand on is whoever fell before, and the first one down is never the one you're watching for. I tell myself the lens is just a lens, like watching makes me safer than afraid. Keep my distance, keep my mouth shut like a friend, while the room decides what silence makes. There's a pale purple I haven't seen yet, but I feel it rising under tile, patient as a bruise beneath the classroom, waiting for someone to lose their outline. And the floor we stand on looks like solid ground till the day it gives and the name goes down. We're all standing on a surface, thin as breathing, thin as skin. One wrong morning, you're the surface, and they're steady on you then. 'Cause the floor we stand on is whoever fell before, and the first one down is never the one you're watching for. Count the heads, all present, all accounted. Count again, the number won't stay true. Half a cruelty is the part that's quiet, the part that sees and learns to look through. And I look through, I do. So I take my seat and I open up the day, like the tiles on humming under everyone. Like I didn't see the way they looked away from the kid the room had chosen not to run. There's a desk still warm, a chair still waiting, the name still printed on the sheet, and the bell keeps ringing like nothing happened over something soft beneath our feet. We're all standing on a surface, somebody softened it for me. Every floor was once a person, that's the part you never see. So the floor we stand on is whoever fell before, and the first one down was standing exactly where you are. Same bell, same light, someone leaves, let's hold the night. Same bell, same light, everybody learns not to look twice. Same bell, same light. Pale, pale violet, prettiest thing you'll ever dread. Pale, pale violet, lavender where a person bled. say it doesn't hurt past a point, that the body finds a softer state. When the pressure's more than bone can hold, it lets go, it dissolves its shape. And the first thing gone is the edge of you, the line that proved where you began. Then the color rises under skin, like a bruise that learned how to expand. And it's beautiful, that's the cruelest part. Beautiful, the way you come apart. Nobody screams at a shade this soft. Lavender, just lavender. Turn me into water, turn me into spill, turn me into something too soft for them to kill. If I can't stay a person, let me be a color, pale and slow and quiet. Let me leave as lavender. There's a calm that comes before you change, like the worst is finally letting up. And maybe that's the kindest lie of all, that breaking feels a little like enough. I have watched it happen once, see over, seen the shimmer take a face I knew, heard them breathe like they were almost weightless in the second that they came unglued. And it's beautiful, that's the cruelest part. Beautiful, the way you come apart. Nobody screams at a shade this soft. Lavender, just lavender. Turn me into water, turn me into spill, turn me into something too soft for them to kill. If I can't stay a person, let me be a color, pale and slow and quiet. Let me leave as lavender. But here's the part that nobody warns you of. You don't stop, you just lose the sound. Every drop of you still knows your name, still remembers every hand in the crowd. So it isn't peace, it only looks like peace from the doorway, from a world away. Inside, you're screaming slow motion, with no mouth left in you to say. 'Cause water remembers, water keeps the shape of what it drowned in. Don't let them tell you the ones who melt stop feeling. They just learn to hurt without a body, quietly inside it. Quietly. Turn me into water, but I'm still in here. Turn me into nothing, and the nothing is fear. If I can't stay a person, let me be the proof that something soft and lavender used to look like you. Turn me into water, turn me into spill, turn me into something still remembering the kill. If I can't leave a body, let me leave a color, pale and slow and quiet. Let them call it lavender. Pale, pale violet, prettiest thing you'll ever dread. Pale, pale violet, lavender, where her name had been. Lavender, where her name had been. Nobody's born a monster. Somebody chooses the ground, hold you there past your outline, till you come back without sound. They picked them like a card from the middle, not the weakest, just alone enough. Walked them out out behind the gym by laughter where the cameras blink and the adults give up. And it wasn't rage, that's the sick of it. It was bored, it was something to prove. They took turns learning what their hands weighed till the boy went quiet and the towels came loose. Press down, press down. That's how the outline breaks. Press down, till a person loses shape. Nobody's born a monster. Somebody makes one cell by cell. You don't melt because you're broken. You melt cause the room won't let you stay yourself. And the color that they're scared of is the color of their hands. The lavender they're running from is something they began. Then they'll crowd around the shimmer they made. Say, what is that? Like it isn't his name. Like they didn't count the seconds, hold the shoulders, teach the floor how to keep a face. And the cruelest ones don't look cruel at first. They just make the whole room grin. Cause a laugh can turn a witness into furniture. And furniture never has to confess a thing. Press down. That's how the outline breaks. Press down, till a person loses shape. Nobody's born a monster. Somebody makes one cell by cell. You don't melt because you're broken. You melt cause the room won't let you stay yourself. And the color that they're scared of is the color of their hands. The lavender they're running from is something they began. So when it rises, when it turns, when it comes back with no face on, don't call it evil, don't call it wrong. Don't make a myth of what you made all along. It's every handprint, every laugh, every not my problem in the room. Coming back to find the palms that press the child into bloom. There's no spell here, no curse, no sickness in the air. Just a hand and another hand and the crowd standing there. Just a name they picked, the floor they made soft, and the silence they wore till the outline came off. So don't ask what kind of dog can do this. Like the answer hides in fog. I have seen exactly how it's made, by human weight, by human palm. Nobody's born a monster. Somebody makes one cell by cell. And the ones who point in horror know the workmanship too well. So the color that they're scared of is the color of their hands. The lavender they're running from is something they began. Nobody's born a monster. Somebody puts you down. And when you rise, it's lavender. They swear they don't know how. They told us once. They told us twice. If it comes close, aim for the eyes. When it comes down the corridor at you, there's no room to remember it was someone. Only pale, only moving, only near, and your body chooses living before you do. So you go for the eyes cause they taught you to. Cause the eyes are the last thing holding shape. And you tell yourself to stop being a kid long before it came through that doorway. But it pauses, God, it pauses, like it found you in its past. Half a second, someone flickers, then you strike before it asks. Aim for the eyes. Don't let the person show. Aim for the eyes. Don't give the name a place to go. Cause the second that you see them, you'll remember what they were. And survival gets much harder when the monster looks unsure. So aim for the eyes. So aim for the eyes. There's a rule and I keep it like a prayer. If it shimmers, it isn't what it was. Rules are clean where memory isn't. Rules turn someone's name to dust. I don't ask who held them down to make them this. I don't ask what hands began the change. I just need the threat in front of me to end. That's not cruelty, that's counting who remains. But it pauses, God, it pauses, like it knows your face from class. Half a second, something flickers, then you strike before it asks. Aim for the eyes. Don't let the person show. Aim for the eyes. Don't give the name a place to go. Cause the second that you see them, you'll remember what they were. And survival gets much harder when the monster looks unsure. So aim for the eyes. And after, when it's over, when it's quiet, when the pail goes still and my own hands shake, that's when I do the math. I can't stop doing. How many names did I erase to stay? How many had the desk? How many had the door? How many had a voice before I made them less than more? How many names? How many names? So don't tell me that I'm one of the good ones. I learned the trick that ruined everyone. I survived by turning people into targets, by calling what I'm scared of less than someone. And the worst part isn't striking, it's the after, when I'm safe enough to feel the weight. And I know the rule that kept me human is the rule that taught my hands to change. Aim for the eyes, but I see them all the same. Aim for the eyes. Now the targets have their names, cause the second that I saw them, I remember what they were. And the rule that kept me breathing taught me not to say person anymore. So I aim for the eyes, and I close my own. Aim for the eyes, that's where the person stays. Aim for the eyes, and I close my own. Thank you for ending what I couldn't leave. Thank you for seeing a girl in the grief. She danced before all this, 5 years old at the bar. Taught her body how to keep a line like grace could live in bone. And even when they broke her, pressed her into the floor, the part of her that counted music didn't melt, it kept the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, still counting in the pail. 1, 2, 3, 4, the line is gone, the count remains. And she turned to him and said it with the last voice she could find. Thank you for ending the shape I couldn't stay in. I was beautiful once, I remember the line. Now I can't bear this body that still remembers being mine. So thank you for seeing me. Thank you, let me die. He could have struck fast like the others, eyes first and call it done. But he stopped long enough to listen to the girl beneath what she'd become. He saw the almost poured, the bra, the shoulder trying to rise, a body too broken to make beauty, still insisting that it tried. drowning in the pail. 1, 2, 3, 4. The line is gone, the count remains. And she turned to him and said it with the last voice she could find. Thank you for ending the shape I couldn't stay in. I was beautiful once, I remember the line. Now I can't bear this body that still remembers being mine. So thank you for seeing me. Thank you, let me die. There's a cruelty worse than killing. It's leaving someone trapped in a shape that isn't theirs. With every step still coming back, she remembered every mirror, every count, every breath. She knew exactly what she'd lost, and she thanked him for it. God, she thanked him for it. So he answered her with tenderness, the closest thing to grace. Held the pail where her shoulders were and tried to learn her face. You were beautiful, he told her, not before, not only then. You are still the girl who counted, still the dancer in the end. Then he moved like he was dancing, not attacking, not afraid. One last parted her in silence, one small mercy, blade to blade. 1, 2, 3, the fourth one never came. 1, 2, 3, and mercy learned her name. 1, 2, 3. He doesn't run, he glides, wheels on his heels, riding the spill. Over the pail, over the dying, smooth as a blade, too practiced to feel. There's a boy who learned to move on liquid, where the rest of us would slip and fall. He rose the surface like it's waiting, like the melting knows him after all. Class president, top of the year, the kind they trust to lead the line. But watch him work a corridor of bodies and tell me what is leading what this time. He's saving us, he's saving us. That's the story that we tell. But the way the surface knows his weight says it knows him just as well. He skates across the surface of the worst thing in the world, like it's water, like it's weather, like it can't take hold of him. What can rest, he lets rest. What won't end, he takes apart. Closest thing we have to a hero, closest thing to missing a heart. And I don't know what scares me more, what he saved, or what he lost. A hero doesn't kneel at the edge of something still trying to be named. Doesn't split the half gone from the half dead with that calm across his face. But I saw him spare the dancer's voice, let her finish, let her choose, then roll away and make another mercy look like something he could use. He is tenderness and terror in a single fluid line. He can learn a face before he ends it, then forget his own in time. He's saving us, he's saving us. That's the story that we tell. But the way his hands don't shake at all tells another one as well. He skates across the surface of the worst thing in the world, like it's water, like it's weather, like it can't take hold of him. What can rest, he lets rest. What won't end, he takes apart. Closest thing we have to a hero, closest thing to missing a heart. And I don't know he saved, or what he lost. Maybe you can't fight this gently. Maybe soft hands lose the war. Maybe someone has to ride the surface and become what we were running from. Maybe that's the price and he paid it, cell by cell, the same as them, only pointed at the monster. Same hands aimed again. But if you glide above the melting long enough to never sink, what part of you stays human? What part learns not to think? So he skates across the surface and he never ever sinks. I used to call that strength, now I'm not sure what I think. 'Cause to move across the breaking, you can't let it touch your feet. You can't let it name you, you can't let it make you weak. Closest thing we have to a hero, closest thing to something gone. And I don't know what scares me more, that he survives or how he moves on. He doesn't run, he glides, wheels on his heels, ride in the spill. He doesn't sink, he doesn't stop, he doesn't look down, not anymore. I came here for one face, one window, one laugh, one name. Find her before the pail could learn her, before the floor could take her shape. I never planned on you, or you, or you. It started narrow, almost shameful, not brave enough to call it grace. A girl 2 years below me laughing too loud beside the window pane. She never knew I kept the details, how she made the room less dead. And when the morning split and softened, only one name moved inside my head. Get to her before the hallway turns her outline into spill. Get to her before the silence learns exactly how she feels. That was all that kept me moving, not a mission, not a vow. One specific ordinary person dragged the whole world into now. I came for one, and one became the room. Once you reach into the pail, you feel the next hand reach into. Another desk, another jacket, another name the floor could steal. I came here for one face, now every face is real. I came for one, I'm saving who I can. That's the curse of choosing one face. You break the glass around the rest. Every shimmer was somebody's reason, someone's hand, someone's chest. Every half-gone thing was someone's morning, someone's joke still caught mid-air, someone's wait for me after class. Going soft beneath the stairs, I tried to take her and leave them, tried to make my mercy small. But once her life became alive, the room had life and all. That was all that kept me moving, not a mission, not a vow. One specific ordinary person cracked the whole world open now. I came for one, saving who I can. And I know how it ends, I'm not a fool. You can't carry a whole school on your back. For everyone I pull from under, 10 go quiet behind my back. The math keeps riding with their bodies, the numbers learn to make me bleed. But she taught me how to count them, not as many, each is need. Now every pale face has a doorway, every hand is somewhere to belong. She ruined the distance that protected me. She made the many into one. She made the many into one. So I came for one, and it cost me all of me. You can't love a single person right without it spilling violently. There's another and another, and I'll reach until I'm gone. It started with one face, now the whole room has one. I came for one, and one was all it took. I came for one, and that was how she saved me back. I came here for one face, just one, that's all it took. Now every hand is hers, now every name looks up. Same bell, same light, chalk dust turning like it did. The camera pulls back from the doorway, and I'm still that kid. You wanna know what the monster was? Not lavender, not teeth, not spill, not the eyes we learned to cut through, not the shape that wouldn't still. The monster was the ordinary morning, the bell that rang and rang the same. The monster was the room agreeing not to answer to a name. It was laughter learning weight, it was silence learning skill. It was every clean hand folded while the body learned to spill. It was me behind the camera calling distance being fair. It was me who kept on watching like I wasn't standing there. I watched God, I watched through a lens I called a wall. I made myself a witness so I wouldn't be involved. Who made the monsters? We did, hand by hand and cell by cell. Every kid who watched another kid go under and learned to stand there still. Nobody's born a monster. Now I finally understand. The scariest thing in the building had a locker, had a hand. Who made the monsters? We did. A dancer counted into silence, a skater learned not to sink. A boy came looking for one face and made the whole room think. And me, I kept my framing, kept the hallway at the size, small enough to fit the screen in, far enough to call it life. Kept my hands clean by keeping them empty, let the dirty work stay vague. But clean hands in a room like that aren't innocent. Doing nothing is a thing you make. I watched God, I watched through a lens I called a wall. I made myself a witness so I wouldn't be involved. Who made the monsters? We did, hand by hand and cell by cell. Every kid who watched another kid go under and learned to stand there still. Nobody's born a monster. Now I finally understand. The scariest thing in the building had a locker, had a hand. Who made the monsters? We did. So I won't wake up clean, I won't call it just a dream. No curse, no fog, no ancient thing, no evil from beneath. Just a Tuesday and a choice, just a laugh that found a crowd, just a a sound, just 100 silent voices learning how to disappear. And mine was one of them, mine was clear. Who made the monsters? I did. By the watching, by the still, by every time I saw the falling and never broke the will. Nobody's born a monster. I had 100 chances to be the hand that changed the hallway, but I let the hallway choose. So who made the monsters? Look down at the floor, then look down at your shoes. The floor was someone's shoulders, and we called it getting through. Who made the monsters? I did, we do. Same bell, same light. Somebody becomes the floor tonight. Same bell, same light. The camera doesn't blink. Same bell, same light. Now I know we're watching.